Så er det blevet tid til endnu et afsnit her på YouTube-kanalen om det kommende Assassin's Creed Origins. Jeg har været så heldig, så jeg har været i London for at smugspille det kommende spil, som har været længe ventet af Assassin's Creed-fans. Kan du leve op til det? Det kan du måske blive klogere på ved at følge med i den her serie her. I den her episode her, der skal jeg blandt andet ud og ride, jeg skal ud og dykke, og så har jeg ikke mindst talt med en fransk historiker, der gør os klogere på, om historien overhovedet hænger sammen. God fornøjelse. Det synes jeg faktisk var fedt, jeg fandt ud af, at den kunstige intelligens blandt ens fjender helt klart blev gjort bedre. Jeg har jo også den her fugl her, som kan flyve ud og gå på opdagelse for en, sådan så at man kan se, hvad der er i landskabet, og som I kan se her også. Altså så er det jo sindssygt stort. Okay, jeg får en advarsel om, at der er nogle fjender på vej, eller hvad? Det kunne være dem der, tror jeg. Og så kan jeg selvfølgelig bare gå ned igen. Og nu ved jeg jo så, at de er på vej et eller andet sted fra. Jeg er sådan ret overrasket over også det her frodige liv, som Egypten har at byde på. Og de sover. Og så er jeg spændt på den her historiedel, og de laver sådan en discovery mode, som kommer i starten af 2018. Og en af de ting, der sådan tidligere til med mig Assassin's Creed, det er jo muligheden for at få interessen for en eller anden historie, der er foregået, som så på en eller anden måde bliver skildret i spillet. Det de bliver meget mere sådan nøjagtigt omkring nu, med det her discovery mode. Du stjæler lige en hest. Det bliver de glade for. Og det er, at du rent faktisk kan inddrage det i undervisning og få noget mere ud af det. Og vi så det demonstreret. Det så altså ret vildt ud, må jeg sige. På et meget nørdet plan, hvor man har mulighed for at blive klogere på Egypten, og hvad der nu foregik i den tidsperiode, og hvad man ved. Så det glæder jeg mig til at se, om de kan få ud på skoler og undervisning. Og forestille mig, hvis man så var sådan en gamer-type, så kunne man komme i skole, og så kunne man sige, hey, hvad så? Jeg har lige gennemført det her. I skal lige se, hvordan man i øvrigt laver en mumie eller et eller andet. Mumia. Men i øvrigt også det her, som I ser nu, det er jo et setup, som er blevet lavet af Ubisoft. Og det synes jeg i øvrigt er ret fedt, det her med, at der både er sørget for, at der er et GoPro-kamera og mulighed for at optage ens gameplay. Så I kan se, hvordan det ser ud, når man sidder og prøver sådan et spil, når man er på sådan en pressetur, som jeg er lige nu. Jeg sidder i London på et hotel. I en kælder. Og det var lidt synd for hesten. Men det er faktisk meget godt, at jeg kommer ned her også, fordi at som I kan se, kan man også dykke. Og en ting, der er blevet sagt, det er, at der også skal ske ting under vandet. Og alle mulige steder. Altså alle steder, du kan gå ind i en grotte, og så kan du blive overrasket over, at der er en eller anden aktivitet. Jeg er lige sådan lidt bange for de der krokodiller, vi så før. Og du kan også gå fra, som du også kender det fra tidligere spil, vil du gå fra både at møde fjender og venner på din vej. Så der er også mange af de her personer her, dem kan du hente information fra. Og ham der, han er ikke lidt venlige type, men så får han sådan en altid. Den der skal jeg prøve. Så i den. eller anden. Den der. Kan man prøve sådan en armbrystagtig ting? Det kan jeg. Fuck, hvor fedt. Hvad kan jeg skyde efter? Også en sjov ting, det der med, at...
Hey!
Fuck. Nu er de alarmeret. Nej, som I kan høre dem tale i baggrunden. Nu taler jeg godt nok lige engelsk til på dem der. Men ellers så hører man jo tale det originale sprog. Og igen, eksempel på, at der kommer flere fjender, der kæmper mig på samme tid fra forskellige vinkler. Virkelig et kæmpe plus for mig, at jeg var så... Det virkelig mest irriterende ting, det var det der med, at ens fjender simpelthen var for dumme tidligere. Nå, jeg tror, jeg skrider. Nå, i øvrigt har jeg fået en snak med en historiker, der fortalte mig, hvor nøjagtigt gengivet Assassin's Creed er, om man kan få noget ud af det, hvis man også bare bliver klogere på Egypten. Og det kan jeg høre her. Så spiller jeg lige lidt videre.
So my name is Evelyn Ferrand. I'm an historian specialized in Greco-Roman Egypt history, and my real specialty is about the natural environment. So I study the water management by the Egyptians, the Persians, the Greeks, and the Romans in the Fayum, in the oasis. So this is how I came really early, actually, in the game when they started the project, because they wanted to reproduce the environment, which is really special, because people only think about the Nile Valley, but when you go a little bit further in the desert, the environment is totally different. So you will see the black desert, the white desert, because you have a crust of salt everywhere, and you'll see the oasis like Siwa, where the main character is coming from. That is a really special one, close to the Mediterranean, but it's the furthest that you can have from the Nile Valley that is still inhabitable, because you have actually underwater coming from the old sea of the Sahara. So this is what I worked with them at the beginning, and then what we did was try to understand how people lived in the Greek cities and in the Egyptian cities and villages, because it was not the same. So this is quite accurate, actually. So you'll see the everyday lives of the Egyptians that were really traditional, still almost the same as it was at the time of the pyramids. And you will see Greek cities really modern and really into theaters and hippodromes with horse races and stuff like that, that are really, really foreign to Egyptians. And at the same time, it was important for me and to them, and it's really accurate as well, to see that between Cleopatra and the pyramids, there is more time than between us and Cleopatra. So the pyramids were still colored, you will see it's still whitewashed, but it's faded by the sand. The winds in the desert and the Giza Plateau are so strong that the sand is really an abrasive. So you see that the Sphinx is colored, yes, but faded. And the pyramids, colored, white, but faded as well. So this is really accurate from what you would have seen actually at our time. And when you'll see potters and when you see people working leathers in the villages and work everyday lives and workers, it's really accurate as well. And we worked hard to distinguish what were the houses of the Greeks, really wealthy in Alexandria, compared to the Egyptians who lived, you know, in a place where there is heat. It's really hot. So houses are quite simple, and they live mostly on the rooftops during the evening because they need to cool off. So the life was more on the top than inside. Inside was only to sleep, and that's it. So that's really accurate of the time. You will experience what was life at the time of Greco-Roman Egypt. In ancient Egypt, it was not that strange, but for the Ptolemies, though, their queens were powerful, but always associated with men. This is why she was married officially and symbolically to her brother, because she could not, according to the Ptolemies, hold power by herself. But Egyptians, though, have known women in power, like Hatshepsut, and probably Nefertiti after Akhenaten. So to the Egyptians, it was less strange than to the Ptolemies to see a woman taking the reign of power instead of her brother. Well, that it's not just the Nile Valley, that there are other areas that were inhabited and a little bit more different culturally, so this is what they're going to see. But what I want them to understand is that Egypt has more than 5,000 years of history, 3,000 years starting with the pharaonic time, and that it's not just pharaohs, that you had Greek power and Roman power as well. and this is there. You will see actually that this is a transitional period, and they will know who are the Ptolemies, because usually when we talk about Egypt, we only talk about the pharaohs, but the Ptolemies, after Alexander, did so many great things in Egypt, and this is what they're going to learn, and I hope they will learn. What kind of a person she was, well, Cleopatra was. Cleopatra was actually a young queen, and she's coming from a Greco-Macedonian dynasty. She's the last one of the Ptolemies, so they've been in power for almost 300 years, actually, when she comes to power. And the game is settled at the time when she's in trouble, because she's in conflict with her brother, Ptolemy XIII, and she'll need the help of the Roman Empire at the time, and Julius Caesar is becoming really the head of the Roman Empire. Even if he's never been an emperor, he's about to become really the strong person. So you'll see a woman that is young, but really, really political minded. She knows what she's doing. She wants to recreate the empire of Alexander the Great, and she knows that if she doesn't do it, Rome will do it. So this is where you stand, and this is why she will choose an alliance with Julius Caesar. So we have a really intelligent woman, not, you know, the supposed beautiful woman with huge breasts and everything. That's really not, that's quite out of the picture. It's a fantasy. You will see a character that is a woman of state affairs.
Assassin's Creed Origins kommer ud den 27. oktober, og næste afsnit i serien her, det kan du meget snart fange på vores kanal her. Vi ses.